Music on the ear, French DJ, Alborosie there, you see it straight from Kingston, Jamaica. Sibling dong dong, it's a rude boy town. Boom bam, Alborosie sister.
So, welcome everybody again here at Music on the Air. The first time we actually do that in English, so and also it's going to be quite weird having an Italian guest as well on the other side of the phone, and being Italian myself, we are going to speak English, so we make this message available to everybody in the world speaking English. And so welcome to Alborosie again, an old friend of Music on the Air. So I mean, I believe and I hope you are feeling home when I contact you since many years ago, so we are used to that. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm here. Well, so far so good. Thank you.
So it's very good to have you in here. So I just skipped the introduction because I believe that everybody that is following Music on the Air and that is used to listen the music I usually stream and play is used to also listen the tunes that are in relation to the music offered by Alborosie. So I mean, he's an Italian musician that most of you have known, maybe if he's coming from Italy, and many years ago may know him as Alberto D'Ascola, that was the Stena singer of Reggae National Tickets, so the band that he formed 20 years ago, because we are actually as well celebrating the fact that you are from 20 years ago into music. So anyway, I let you talk because I believe it's your time, it's not mine. There's always time for myself to say something on the microphone.
Well, from that time is 20 years now. 20 years not Alborosie, but 20 years into reggae music, and so I'm kind of celebrating it, like, you know. Well, I'm celebrating with a new album, Sound System, coming out in June for the digital version of the album, and then July for the actual CD. So yeah, I'm celebrating 20 years from that time up to today. It is a journey. This year we're gonna put out a documentary movie with me and Gentleman, Journey to Jack. We've been working on that like years now, so you know, finally coming out. So we're gonna tour the world. We just came back from South America, from California, and we're going back there in November, December for an extended tour of 17 shows. But for the summer, you know, as usual, we're going to Europe for like 27 shows from the end of June to the end of August. So, you know, the schedule busy, so, you know, we're working.
So you're busy. Thanks also for taking the time to wake up for the Music on the Air call first thing in the morning to be done over the weekend. So I appreciate it.
No problem. It's my pleasure.
Listen, Alborosie, I mean, so let's talk a bit about this sound system. I already spotted that there are a few artists and few guests that are, I mean, there's Nina Zilli from Italy, there's a brother of the Marley family, Kimani Marley, there are other guests. So how did it start? How did you get the inspiration to start this production? I mean, did it start naturally as every time it happens to you, or did you get some kind of I don't know, some kind of injection into the music that you wanted to do? Because you told me that you were going to experiment yourself into something different. So I'm curious to know a bit more about it.
No, well, this is a straightforward roots reggae album, Alborosie style. Some people say my last album, Two Times Revolution, was eclectic, was like a experimental album, which I don't understand. Like, to me, Two Times Revolution was a roots album as well. Sometimes you try to do something different within the genre of your music, you understand? But I never really experiment my music, like going outside my how should I say it, my box, call it like that. So, but this album now, Sound System, is quite rubber dub. It's quite Alborosie, you know. I choose some of my old friends to join join me in this experience. Like Kimani is a long-time friend. I could do like 70,000 songs with Kimani, and I would never get tired. We have Abyssinians on the album, you know. We have Nina, you know, long-time friend from Italy. So it's an Alborosie album, and really and truly is one of my favorite albums. You will have the chance now to listen it and say, yo, Alba was right. We're pushing out some song very soon, within like a couple of weeks, prior to the release of the album, the CD in July, because remember June is the digital release. And then we're gonna just tour in the back of the album and do what we have to do. But the sound is a sound system, very vintage, as usual, my style. Still a different album, still new stuff, still fresh, still like, yo, you just have to get it and go with it.
How long did it take you to finalize the recordings of this album? I mean, did it take a long time to wrap it up and finalize I've seen about 15 songs into that record, so I believe it took quite some time for you to kind of put the pieces all together and let them fall all, you know, into a sound system final recording. So how long did it take you?
Well, you know, I'm a very independent artist, so I do basically everything by myself, from the recording to the mixing to the creation of the song. I play most of the instruments, and so it takes time. It takes time, not really because like it is a long process, but you need some time to take a break. Your ears need to take a break, and like it's very difficult to actually judge what you're doing from. If you do everything yourself, it's kind of difficult because you start, then you finish and say, oh, I wonder if I did this thing right. I wonder if this sound right. So I take a lot of time. I take breaks in between the recording, the mixing, the arranging and everything, just to make sure that I'm doing the right thing.
So all the composing is actually done by you. You don't have like the musicians, they are not actually involved into the part when they are, let's say, called to kind of invent or create the lines of bass or guitars or the drums. So you're actually doing all the thing, and then while you are going to tour, you are going to have your band with you, and you are going to actually let them get the sound and reproduce it. So is it right? I mean, you do everything by yourself. Every instrument is actually generated by your own mind, your own creativity.
Yes, I do everything myself. Let's say the brass section, of course I'm gonna call the trumpet player and the saxophone player, and because the instrument that I can't play, I don't deal with it. If I have to do a different thing, like let's say I want a particular sound of a particular keyboard player, yes, I would make a phone call and make the person come deal with it. But most of the recording is me. I would say like 85% of the album is me. I play the bass, the drum, the rhythm section, with guitar, keyboard, and the percussion. I deal with the recording, the mixing, and everything. So it's basically me. It's very difficult to bring my studio sound live. Is quite difficult. So they're trying to get there as much as possible. But definitely, when you think about Alborosie, I would like to say to you that Alborosie is not just an artist where I go on stage and I sing. Alborosie is a project. It's a concept where you have the production, you have the vision, and then you have the artists. You know, some MCs, some DJs, some singers, they just deliver words, and I don't do that. I deliver a vision, a project. You understand?
Yeah, Yeah, I get it, man. I mean, actually, I'm quite curious to understand something because I've been waiting for a few, like, let's say, years in order to get to understand a bit more about, for example, your kind of not musical background, but for example, as per now, 2013, what kind of music and what are you listening? I mean, in the person of Alberto Alborosie, do you get, I mean, inspired from the music that you listen, or you kind of put that apart and you say, listen, this is what I like, this is what I listen, but the music I play is something that, of course, I live and love with it, but it's not the reason for my inspiration, meaning that you are listening to something else that is not just reggae, I assume, and I'm just curious to know, I mean, which kind of other genres you are kind of liking in general.
Well, I listen to music after 20 years in the studio. The way I listen to music, I tell you the truth, I'm very frustrated when it comes to listening to music because I analyze music. It's like a football player. A football player is not going to watch the match and really enjoy it like somebody, like a spectator, somebody just go there to enjoy them. He's going to comment everything, he's going to say, oh, I would do this way, I would like it. My vision is more like, my mentality around the music is more like a producer, a man that work in the industry. So when I listen to music, I get distracted by the hi-hat, the snare, the drum kick, all these things sound like this, and analyzing and whatever. I'm like a machine, you understand? So you know what I decide to do? I don't listen no more music. When I have to record a new album or a new song, what I do, I put on my CD player some music that I respect technically. People like Amy Winehouse, you know. I've been listening lately to Adele album, Rihanna album, because I'm not talking about artists. I'm talking about the sound, the technical aspect of the sound. Then I will listen to Black Horror CD, Bob Marley CD to inspire me when it comes to the sound, to the frequency or the mix supposed to sound or the EQ, like stuff like that. Me, you know, to enjoy myself, I don't listen to music like that anymore. Like, because as I said to you, I'm an analyzer. I analyze music too much.
That's why you should listen more music on the air. I told you, you should actually record a radio show with me with your playlist. I would like to do that in the future. You just need to get some time.
when I listen to the radio, because of the machine that is inside my head, if I don't like a song, if I don't like like the song that they are using in the song, whatever, I just get annoyed. Like I say, oh, I don't want to listen to this song. So I would just change the station right away. Like I, you know, after so much years of really technicality when it comes to music, I don't know if it's a good thing or it's a bad thing, but I guess that's who I am. So, you know, take it or leave it.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, we are almost closing up our time space for this interview that I really appreciate you've joined with me, and I just wanted to ask you, I mean, as well as a foreigner living in an island, as myself, for example, living in Ireland, but coming from Italy, what do you miss from our home country, and what you don't miss?
You know why I don't miss anything? You know why? Because my family is here with me. I fly my parents to Jamaica all the time, so I guess that would be the missing parts of my culture, like mom and daddy, and when mama cook for you and whatever. So I reached to a point where, you know, my mom and daddy, they coming to me. So I'm not really, you know, that's my life, my family, you know, like, you see, from that time, remember, I know you a long time now, music was my life. Everything was revolved around music. And now after 20 years, you know, I realized that my life is music. And not anymore music is my life. my life come first. I will never let Babylon take away my family, my dignity, my music, I live my life, and that is my music. Then when I enter the studio now, I compose and do my thing now. When outside the studio now, I live my life. I go to the supermarket and whatever. And I learned to appreciate life. Before, music was everything, like 100% everything. And so I decided to turn the table now. Switch it around. I live my life first. And let the music be part of my life.
Which is very, very important. I mean, so let's talk about just something else that is part of your life. I mean, you're a good, you like to catch fishes, right? I saw some pictures with the big fishes that you were catching. I mean,
no, I don't want you to get me wrong, because I don't like to kill fish. I like to catch them and let them go.
All right, okay, this is important.
In Jamaica, it's almost impossible, because the culture in Jamaica is like, once you catch a fish now, if you let him go, you kind of disrespecting people. Because in Jamaica, they say Jesus Christ was a fisherman, and Jesus multiplied the fish then, so people can eat. So they actually see the fish as a food. So when I go by myself, I always let go the fish then. But if I am around friends and we're going fishing, I can't do that. It would be very, very, very disrespectful. But I don't really go fishing to kill the fish. I just go there to get out. Always in the studio. The studio time can be very, very stressful, and so just to get out, relax my ears, and breeze out, I go by the seaside and just do my thing.
But listen, Alborosie, the reason because I asked you that is that I wanted to know what's your best Jamaican dish that you enjoy living. I mean, at your place.
Well, I balance my diet. In Jamaica, I like morning time. I eat some fruits. That you can find in Jamaica. You could find them. Well, you don't really find them in Europe. So the fruits are morning time. Lunchtime, most of the time is Jamaican lunch, like ackee and saltfish, callaloo, all that stuff, bami. I like breadfruit, stuff like that. And then evening time is like Italian time, like the pasta, My mother cooked the melanzane, with some vegetable and stuff. I like that stuff. I like pizza, yes. That's pizza. We Italians, so
I know.
Yeah.
I really hope I can visit you. I always say that, but it's gonna be very soon, I think. I mean, if I can see you and you're not touring, I'm sure I'm gonna meet you over there.
Well, nowadays the world is just like 2 steps away from you, and the planes them cheap nowadays, and the ticket is cheap, and yeah, I'm sure you can jump on that plane anytime you feel like, and at least now maybe anytime, but maybe once a year you can jump on that plane.
Yeah. Listen, Albo, I want to thank you very much, but before to wrap up and close, I just want to let the last word to a friend of mine that is here with us. He's a master of reggae music for many years, so he's a DJ himself as well. I mean, he's called Bredda Zibone. He's my friend Kit that I'm going to put on camera now for the final goodbye. We got actually, like, also the background of my apartment that is quite flowery there.
Very good apartment.
Hey,
yes,
yeah. Peace, man. Respect to you. And seriously, enjoy your music. Enjoy everything you do. I actually want to ask you one question. I was watching on YouTube. You were saying you collect old Jamaican studio equipment. Is that true?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not collecting.
All right. But have you used any of those to create your sound, or is just for collection?
No. Well, everything is work.
Okay.
That is what I utilize when I work in the studio. That's from my mixing board. My mixing board is a 1982 mixing board, and all my vintage gear, the spring reverb, all the reverbs, the compressor. I have Uri compressor. I use Poltec. I use Tube Tech. Everything is from that time, and all the keyboards is vintage, like upright piano, Wurlitzer, Yamaha CP70. I have clavinet. I have Moog. I have Hammond. I have the full 100.
Cool. All right. No, because I think the Dub Clash album you did, it gave me that atmosphere that you tend to find mostly with the King Tubby sound. I got a lot of that. I don't say you were necessarily going for that, but that was just reminiscent. The 70s sound, the Augustus Pablo sound. A lot of those sounds were there, and I really, really respect that in terms of Alborosie, the reggae student, or the scholar, if I can use that term,
So you must enjoy this year. I'm gonna put out a version of Sound the System, is Dub the System, which is all the songs them in dub wise with that particular sound. Because that is I believe dub music is not a rhythm that you create and then you start dubbing it. Like dub, it have to be a version of an existing song. I mean, this is the old school style. This is the King Tubby style, the scientist King Jammies. So I'm amongst these people, jammies and stuff. So I learned that aspect of the work. So we're gonna put out Dub the System, Sound the System, the dub version. I'm gonna put out an album I'm doing with jammies. It's a dub album, and all this rhythm is like vintage rhythm, like from some of them new rhythm, but they have this type of sound that you like and I love, and so expect that.
Wow, fantastic, exclusive. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Respect, brother.
Thank you very much.
Respect.
Thank you, Albo, because time is over. I think I kept you longer than what we planned, but thank you very much as usual. So you are always welcome, and we are going to make sure that the message is delivered. So Sound the System is coming. If you want to,
System is coming. So Alborosie is coming to Europe as well. So I invite everybody to the shows. Just check the Facebook. I'm not really technological when it comes to social media, but that's the only way we can communicate like live and direct right away. So come to the Facebook, Alborosie Official, and check the tour dates and check what we're doing, and just look forward for the album. We're pushing it out, and I please ask everybody, this is serious time, this is tough time. Reggae music needs some push. We need to help reggae music because we need it. We need spirituality, we need message, we need the roots and the culture. And in this serious time where spiritualism is like left aside, so we need to push it back in the right direction. And so let's promote and push reggae music all over the world.
thank you very much, Albo, and thanks from Music on the Air, from French DJ here, Bredda Zibone on the side. So we hope to see you very soon in Europe and in Ireland as well, where we are living at the moment.
Thank you very much, and God bless you all. I see you in South Africa, my brother. Thank you all.
Ciao, Albo. Thank you.